Om Tridevibhyo Namaha. Welcome back to Trishakti Healing. Recently, I had a very important conversation with you about making purity the real core of our life so that we can find lasting joy. Thank you to all of you who have watched the video and shared lovely comments and also many questions with me. And because of those questions, I'm now going to take each one of those 4 Shuddhis that I spoke about in the main video at a much deeper level, so each one of you can pursue finding lasting joy in your life by achieving these Shuddhis. And for those of you who have not watched that main video, the link is below in the description. Please do take some time to watch that. Now, today's subject is the first Shuddhi, which is the physical Shuddhi that we spoke about. And in subsequent videos, I will also talk about the mental Shuddhi, the karmic Shuddhi, and the adhyatmic or spiritual Shuddhi that we need to have. But today, let's unravel and peel the layers of physical Shuddhi. If any of us is interested in achieving physical Shuddhi, it can be done by understanding and mastering 4 pillars. Stay with me as I talk about this. And for each one of these, whatever lessons that you take away, leave your comments and leave your questions. And if I need to talk about this subsequently in another deeper video, I will do that. But for today, here are your 4 pillars. The first one, mastering and living life by the principles of Ayurveda. We all have a body through which we perform all the things that we do. In fact, our body is our instrument of interaction with this world. Everything that we do, from the most basic elements of living life, working with all the relationships that we have, completing all the dharmas and karmas that we have in life, to enjoying life, all of that, pain, pleasure, everything happens to this body. Which is why the first thing that we need to do to understand and live by physical Shuddhi is to really master the principles and living lifestyle through Ayurveda. Our body, and it is said by our Shastras and by the ancient seers, is constituted of the Pancha Mahabhutas, which manifest in the form of the Kapha, Vata, Pitta, which further manifests in terms of whatever body structure, constitution, nature, temperament that we have, the illnesses that we get, the immunity that we have, the strength that we have, the way our skin looks, etc., etc., etc. Everything can be understood deep down inside by understanding our constitution, as they would say, or as Ayurveda Acharyas would say, our doshas and the way those doshas are manifesting. So I'm going to invite you, as much as you can read and understand, but to really go to a good traditional Ayurveda Charya and have them do your Nadi Parikshan, understand through their eyes what is your constitution, what is the predominant balance in your body, what are the predominant imbalances in your body. When you understand life and your body through the eyes of Ayurveda and under the guidance of a trained Ayurveda Charya, you will be able to understand what kind of routines you need to keep, what kind of cautions you need to have, what are the areas where you can really be completely relaxed, what kind of food you can eat, the routines, etc., that you need to keep, what will help you stay healthy, stay immune, etc. Like for many people, there are certain things that their digestive system just cannot handle. When the digestive system goes for a toss, the mind and the rest of the things that we have to do, they go for a toss. You can prevent that. For many people, bones are an issue. For many people, they get blood-related issues. You can understand all of these things through Ayurveda and really live a balanced life. It takes about 3 to 6 months to get all of these things into your routine. But I can tell you by my own experience, once you understand your body and your life through the lens of Ayurveda, you are never going to go back. If you have really practiced this for 3 to 6 months, you will be selective with everything that you do, and your discipline will not be forced discipline. It will be something that you naturally choose. So that's the first principle for you. If you want physical Shuddhi, you absolutely must live by the principles of Ayurveda under the guidance of an Ayurveda Acharya who will help you exactly what to do. The other thing that Ayurveda does for us is, if we do get illnesses and diseases, Ayurveda is the only science which can help you eliminate much of this from the root cause. Yes, homeopathy and a few other places, you will find those claims that they can also do this, but I have found Ayurveda to be far more effective as compared to all the other means. Yes, homeopathy works. Yes, there is absolute utility for modern medicine and what we call allopathy or surgery, etc. But what Ayurveda can do, it's miraculous. I would invite you to experience this. With that in progression, the second thing that I would invite you to do for physical Shuddhi is to really focus on developing your strength and vitality. And here, when I say strength and vitality, clearly it is about your muscles, your bones, your body. Now, our body is a complex conundrum of some 206 bones, some 300 odd joints, some 700 odd major muscles that get studied. And these numbers could vary depending on who's talking about these, but it's ballpark in those range. Like many people will say about muscles could be anything between 450 to 650 to 800. But ballpark, I'm giving you those numbers. Similarly, our body has close to about 6,000 miles of nerves and wiring. It has close to 60,000 odd miles of blood vessels that are circulating. All of this, some say that, if our lungs were to be opened up, they could be the size of a football field and many such things. But why I'm giving you these statistics is not to enamor you, but to help you understand that our body is really complex. And to get all of these things working together, what we really need is strength. And where does strength sit? Strength definitely sits in the fundamental structure of our bones, but it absolutely sits with the muscles, the way our tendons are connected, where the way the entire connecting tissue moves together, how they listen to the instructions of the brain through the nervous system. And that will come through regular practice of hatha yoga, pranayam, etc., regular strength exercises, other flexibility exercises. It comes with you doing cardiovascular training, running, swimming, cycling, etc. And the invitation is for you to at least do good heavy exercise 4 to 5 days a week for minimum of 60 minutes, and you have to find that time. If you find that you're short on time in the mornings, you can do this in the evening. If you cannot do it in one go, then you can split it. There are so many ways to manage this, but understand the basics of strength training. Everybody needs strength training. I sometimes hear people say that I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. What you have to understand is the person who is working in the gym and building their body, they're actually building every muscle group. If your muscle groups are not healthy, you are going to have some or the other weakness. Now, you don't need to be as chiseled as people who are competing in a bodybuilding competition, but you have to learn to train every major muscle group so that functional strength exists. And in fact, today's world, CrossFit and functional training are so much popular because that's when you have holistic health in the body. Add to that mobility and yoga through whether it is hatha yoga or it's things which are modern practices like the animal flow, or it could be traditional martial arts of taekwondo or tai chi or karate. Whatever you choose, or you choose cutlery, everything is going to help you, and this has to be a part of your lifestyle. And that strength and vitality is going to be a significant stepping stone for you for all the other Shuddhis. So when you live by the principles of Ayurveda, and when your body is strong and it has vitality, your mental Shuddhi has a foundation, your karmic Shuddhi has a foundation, your spiritual Shuddhi has a foundation. In fact, good spiritual evolution requires the body to be solidly planted, firm, stable, calm, composed. That's when spiritual progress really helps us. So those are the first two pillars. The third pillar is for you to focus on routine and balance and moderation. So the first two pillars were both internal, and now you have a interface of the internal and the external world where your routines matter. Something as simple as waking up at least 30 to 40 minutes before sunrise really helps. Following a good shuddhi in the motion in the mornings helps, where cleansing your stomach, your motions help. The rituals of hygiene, your bathing, etc. You keep ensuring your oral hygiene is good. All of that helps, and then through the rest of the day, what do you structure your time as? Having breakfast on time, getting out to work on time, working in a focused way, working through the day, getting down to the evening, spending some time for your own self, refreshing yourself, your prayer, sadhana, etc. in the evening, and then getting to bed on time. All of that routine is extremely important. Our ancients used to believe that following the solar cycle is healthy. So they used to recommend things like not eating after about 3 or 4 in the evening, because by then the digestive power of the body, just like the sun is setting, is already setting. So don't put food into your body, and that gives an automatic benefit of what today is being packaged and sold as intermittent fasting. Our ancients used to have just 1 or 2 meals a day. We have now been taught to eat 3 meals with the teas and snacks and everything thrown in between. The body doesn't need so much food. And that's something that you will learn by following the Ayurveda principles, but you have to build it into your routine and follow moderation, follow balance. Sitting in one place and doing work is important, but also it is important for you to get up and get some motion so that the blood flow happens in the body. What time do you drink water? How much of water are you drinking through the day? Ensuring that you have some relaxing routines. All of these have to be built in balance and moderation into your lifestyle. That is going to significantly purify the way your physical interaction with this world is. And the last focus of your physical shuddhi has to be about cleanliness and structure. And this is a little bit more on the outward worldly interaction, which is the space that you operate in, your workspace, your room, the car or the vehicle that you drive, the office spaces in which you work, and everything else that you do with how you are interacting with the environment, with the waste disposal, etc. Cleanliness is extremely critical for you to operate in a healthy fashion. Structures are also very important. When you have clutter around you, when you have lack of things being organized around you, forgetfulness can come in, confusions can come in. Clutter destroys energy, and it's going to be a zapper of your energy. Stress develops in such a situation. In fact, our mind likes order and cleanliness. If it is constantly seeing things cluttered around us, thoughts are going to get even more cluttered. The physical environment structure tends to settle the mind's thinking. Imagine you are in a large room. There is good but minimal furniture. There's good but proper decor. Everything is syncing together. Is that going to give you more energy as compared to a room which is full of things? Everything is kept just about anyway. Aesthetic sense is not there. Where would you get more energy? Obviously in the first one. So exactly like that, you need to clean and structure your spaces. All of that is going to give you the breathing space, the energy, the flow of energy that you have around. So all the energy that you create is in the first 3 steps through living through Ayurveda, understanding strength and vitality and developing that, and by having routines and balance. All that is going to get anchored and moderated with the cleanliness and the structure, so that the good positive energy around you doesn't get lost. So focus on these 4 pillars. Some of this is going to take you support, guidance, or like going to an Ayurveda charya or working with somebody to understand gym and training and yoga, etc. So get all the help, and none of this needs to be achieved overnight. These are lifelong pursuits. Take blocks of 3 to 6 months to master essence of each one of these and blend them in. If you're going to go down the path of physical shuddhi, you will also benefit significantly on the mental shuddhi, karmic shuddhi and adhyatmic shuddhi, because the physical body, like I explained, is the base of all of these things, the way we express and interact with this world, all of that. You focus on physical shuddhi, the other 3 shuddhis are going to become much easier for you. So hope you take some important critical and important decisions for yourself. And like I said, take the next 18 months at least to figure this out and get into a rhythm and maintain that for the rest of your life. Wish you the very best in attaining physical Shuddhi, and I'll see you very soon in the next part of this video and talk about how to attain mental Shuddhi and build that also into your life. Till then, Jai Mahakal, Jai Ma Kali.